I don't know what that was. I went in the YouTube creator, and there was no notifications there. I went back and checked it out. What I think it was some schmuck just spouting off. But hey, man, if they ban me, they ban me. I do have another channel. It's called Rounds Down Range. So if they kick me off, they kick me off. I'm not going to lose any sleep over it. I don't know why AOL would be making a thread anyway. Or YouTube. Yeah. I didn't see anything in my analytics. That would have been flagged right there. And I don't think they would have given me a threatening end it now. They would have ended it. So whatever, that's up. So you're a retired dentist. Like, did I read that right? Is that what you were doing? Did you see that notification come across in the comments too, or was that just me that showed up in? I appreciate the sub. Say hi to the other. I don't even know how to pronounce that, so I'll just say hi back. Yeah, that's what I saw too. That's why I stopped. I've never seen that before, but I'm not familiar with this whole live stuff. Hey, what's going on, Maverick? So I'm not manufacturing anything. I'm not handling any firearms. So if they have an issue with it, whatever. I am depriming and sizing brass. It's killing some time. My second work alarm. It reminds me to go to my meetings at work. I'm from Wisconsin. You? Yeah, I knew what you meant. I saw it. That's why I went into my analytics. I think it was actually somebody just spoofing it. I'm prepping 5.56. This is all brass that's already been fired. So, with the exception of a few military pieces that got in there, it's just size and deprime. I'll check them for overall length. I probably won't even have to trim but a few. Oh, nice. That was a joke. Yeah. This might be interesting. The press just got real sticky. I'm not sure why. Huh. Now I get to do some work. Yeah, I'm not worried about getting banned. I have to lube my ram here. It's getting sticky. Something must have got in there. Oh yeah, there it was. Gotta clean that stuff out. The chute, when you deprime stuff, there's a chute and a groove in the ram, and it was just packed full of crap. What's up, Joe? Grab some lube. Lube makes everything better. No, I'm not making bullets. I'm just depriming and sizing some brass. I played hooky. My wife's sister died, Joe. So with that, I get to take a day of work. So since I took a day of work, yeah, if they got a problem, they can go somewhere else. If something I did in the first few minutes here offended somebody, then they should stay tuned, because I'm sure to offend them a whole lot more. I seem to have that effect on people. Yeah, that's what's important, man. What's going on? See how dirty my hands got touching that ram. Oh yeah, got to do that once in a while. For the process I'm doing, I only ever use a single stage press. There's a checks you do afterwards. When it comes time to actually loading them, I'll run them through the progressive press. It's faster. Good evening. Oh, you must be on the other side of the world. It's like early morning. Well, I guess not early. A little before lunch. I don't know about lunch, maybe after. I had to go up to Nina for my back. Yeah, I bet you know all about stuff too, huh? It's alright, buddy. You just watch the channel, help with them view hours. Tell you what. There you go. See you later. I'm not making anything. I'm just de-priming and sizing some brass for 5.56. This is all non-military brass, so there's no crimp on the primer pocket. It's already been fired through my rifles. It's already been trimmed, so I just have to de-prime it. I'll check my overall brass length, but get some loading in before shooting season starts. I'll tell you what, it's easier. Keyboard warrior, yeah, for sure. It's easier to go to my channel. I got a short I put up a few days ago. So if you ask me what kind of rifles I have, the answer would be all of them. But if you want to know more, go to the channel and check it out. Yeah, a lot of people seem to like them Dracos. Yeah, election was a good thing. You know all my views already, bud. No Lucy today? No Lucy. You want to take Leroy? Alright, man, I appreciate you stopping by. Hit that subscribe button if you didn't. What's red? Yeah, I have a couple. It all starts, man, one at a time. You know, find a shop you can deal with. And a young person, do layaway. Don't ever take out a credit card or a loan to buy a gun, but do layaway. Yeah, I know. What's going on, man? Milsurp's always a good bet. That's one of them things that is guaranteed to go up in value. How you doing? Not sure how to say that. Pioneer? It's probably German pronunciation. Dutch? Not sure. Is that Dutch flag? Deutschland? German? You were in Germany, weren't you? Is that where you were stationed? The JPZ is actually a good friend of mine. Yeah, Germany. Bad stuff happens anywhere, doesn't it, though? Doing all right. How are you doing? I am deep priming and sizing 223 brass, 556 brass. It's part of case prep. Well, I wouldn't say it's preloading, but it's part of loading. This takes the brass and puts it back into the spec that it needs to be able to be fired. What's going on, Fuba? Taking a page off Ammo Alchemist since I got time to kill today. So if you wonder what I'm doing, I'm taking a piece of brass and I have a container of lube. I rub just a little on my finger, and it's a beeswax, paraffin, I don't know what else is in there, but it lubes the case so when it's sized it's back into spec. T91 cone, calico. Calicos are a cool history piece. Not sure how well they actually run. You have to post a video. The T91, that's the Taiwan. I don't even know what to call it, but it's a Taiwan build, right? Lawnmower. Yeah, that's what I thought it was. Piston driven. They have their modified forearm, and it's like a piston. It's a they use the Stoner design too. They don't have the buffer tube and spring. It's like the AR 180, right? With the two springs in the back of the receiver. Who'd you get the kit through? I remember seeing them available. It was a while ago, probably a few years ago. I like the forearms they have on them. Them are actually kind of cool. What's going on? Detroit Armament, upper from Atlantic. Yeah, that's probably who had them. Atlantic Arms always has some, they got some cool stuff. I try not to look at their emails. Fuba, you got to get out and play with that 50 cal. I don't think I ever asked. That's the Armalite, right? What scope did you put on it? Yeah, AR-50. I had a chance to buy one of them back in like 2004, and they wanted like $1,200, and I passed on it. I didn't have the money. To this day, I wish I'd have bought that. That was a smoking deal. For half that, huh? Well, that's why you own it though, right? It's definitely a pay-to-play firearm. What scope did you put on it? Birthmark. I'm not sure what birthmark means. Oh, Burris XTP. I assume that's rated for 50. What is that, like a 6-24? Fuba, you might need to turn that little pickup truck into technical. Get a mount for that. What's going on, D-Dog? Man, I'm playing, taking a page out of Ammo Alchemist's playbook. I have some time to kill this morning. And some brass to prep, so just doing brass prep. D-Dog, I did go and answer your question about the trigger. I left that response in one of your videos. From Brazil. Living in the jungle. Huh. Chasing the narcos or what? You have a nice day too. 556. It's getting ahead of the curve a little bit. Well, if you're trying to learn English watching, probably not the best. I have a real strong Wisconsin accent. How much am I saving? Probably not. But being I have a ton of components, I can reload. Portuguese, study English. I'm good. .62 grain bullet, or I assume. Wisconsin, 55 grain, yeah. So my main range, they're doing PSCL this year. So we're gonna, yeah, it's a state. So to get ahead of the curve, killing some time, we'll get some of this brass prepped. I don't know. I'm trying to figure out their rules. I was reading on holsters, and it looks like, so I have that double Alpha Racer XI. It says that they have to completely cover the trigger guard, which that holster does, but it doesn't cover the firearm. So I got to find somebody that shoots it and find out if I'm legal with my checkmate. If not, I'll use the Dan Weston I picked up. We used to shoot a lot of 2-gun and 3-gun, and it kind of died out when ammo was hard to get. I'm not sure about their rules either. I was trying to figure out what you're allowed for muzzle devices, and they allow suppressors, and I'm not sure if it's division specific about comps or brakes. So I was trying to read through their rules, and I don't know. It doesn't make sense. But it does look like they allow you to shoot pistols with braces. So that could be fun. At main range, they'll be doing it in the pistol bays, so our furthest shot, unless they pull a hat trick, is only going to be 50 yards max. I think I like the way the USPSA looks more, but it looks like something I definitely want to try. Different targets, they score them a lot different too. But I can get on the struggle bus with them just as well. I know the scoring's different. They don't have major, so even like their open division, it's a 125 minimum power factor. That's it. That could be good and bad. I mean, all right, well, go fish. Don't get eaten by, I guess, by anything. They got some big critters. They have a weird thing too. Like if you do headshots, that counts for neutralizing the target, versus 2 shots on target. So if you're good, you get away with doing 1 shot and having a neutralized target, versus 1 shot failure to engage, or a mic and a failure to engage or something. But I don't know. I've only seen videos. I haven't done it in person. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. We got shotgun matches this year too on the calendar, which is cool. I built my Sega 12 for that years ago, and I only used it a few times. Yeah, I bet it would be, especially with that hyperfire. That's what I have in my main gun too. Pull it apart if you haven't. Add a little molly, you'll get another half pound less on that trigger pull. I think mine breaks just under 2 pounds now. probably one of the better triggers out on the market. It's funny how a lot of these companies now are starting to use their design, such as Fostech uses modified design with the dual bar there and the dual spring. Some of the new forced reset triggers are using the same style. I know Fostech actually got licensed to be able to use that from Hyperfire, but I don't know about these other guys. Trigger is still comp friendly. What's still comp friendly, the rifle or the PSCL or PCSL, whatever it is? The LaRue? Yeah. You don't hear much about LaRue anymore. They've kind of died down. Still top tier company. Did you ever get your press set up? That was a Lee, right? 4000. Still sitting in the box. When you're ready, let me know. I'll help walk you through it. When I do rifle, I do my case prep, my size and deprime on a single stage. Yeah, you gotta get a chrono. If you stick with like your rifle rounds, if you stick within published data, you'll be okay. But with your Parrot, you're definitely gonna have to use a chrono. And don't be afraid to, get a RCBS or something. They work just fine. Yeah, it's better when they're getting fired. So how do you think? What are you thinking of that Shadow? You glad you bought it? The minimum power factor, like the 125 for a 9mm, I find I have more problems trying to get that than just sticking around like a 135. 135 is almost perfect. Even when I'm playing with springs and stuff, I don't know, it's not enough. But I know a lot of people it works just fine. Do the Cajun Gunworks package. Did you play with that reset at all, or is that still stock? Just the hammer spring, brand pin. My Shadow 2 is probably my least used firearm, and I like it. It's a nice shooting pistol. If I play with that IDPA, I use my SP01, and anything for USPSA, I use the Checkmate or the, I play with the Checkmate or the TSO2, and now it'll be the DWX. But Shadow 2's got a good feel. You get a gas pedal for it. Just change out that slide lock, put a gas pedal on it. DWX. The DWX, that's the softest, absolutely softest 9mm I have. There's some things I don't like about it, but it's a good shooting gun. There's, I don't know, I'm about 2,500 rounds into it. I put 1,000 through it, then tweaked the trigger, put another 1,000 through it, and went in and actually did the work on it. Just a little bit of stone work and then some moly. I bent the main spring and the sear spring. That's a good thing about that 1911 style, 2011 style, is you can do a trigger job for nothing. You just bend springs. You don't have to replace components. The reset's incredible. So the only thing you can change on them is the sear and the disconnector. And I already worked the sear, and there's nothing to do to the disconnector. I'm gonna say I probably not. I do have, I think it's Ed Brown. I got an Ed Brown hammer, sear, and disconnector sitting here from when I had my shop years ago. And it's you probably look it up, but it's the Speed Warp hammer. And I was building a gun for a guy for USPSA, and then he fell off the charts and never came back for it. And so I have them parts sitting here, but it breaks at just over 2¼ pounds. I would like it to be about 2, but that's stock mainspring or hammer spring, whatever you want to call it. My Shadow 2, I should probably get sent out at some point and get it done for optics. I did add Cajun Gunworks barrel bush into that years ago. I don't know, 2 years ago. That makes a big difference. Gun shot great, but I'd get flyers every once in a while. And when I added that Cajun Gunworks bushing, it's that 10X bushing, that got rid of all them flyers. Do yours still have the bushing in it, or is that the bull barrel? Well, you still have, it's in the slide bushing. I mean, it's technically a barrel bushing, but it's not like the Accu bushing, right? It's held in there by the front sight. That's got one. You start getting some rounds through it, change that bushing out. Makes a big difference in the consistency of it, in my experience. It also makes the gun feel a lot smoother. I'm not sure how yours feels or not, but mine was a little chunky. Like I said, I'd get flyers out of it every once in a while. So we did that with my son's Tactical Sport Orange 2. Is that an Iron Cross? Well, you can call it what you want. It's actually a Support Club t-shirt. The 15 stands for Outlaw. The 10-pound recoil spring. The hammer spring, I assume. The recoil spring. Oh, recoil. I played a lot with that recoil spring this last year. I went down as far as 9, and I've went up as far as 18. And I think what matters the most, recoil. I think what matters the most has been to the load. And getting the timing right. When I shoot the 115s, which with HS6, I really like that 9-pound spring. And if I'm shooting 124s, I jump up to a 16-pound. I really need to get a gas pedal. I shoot right-handed every once in a while, and that makes a huge difference. So I need to get mine sent out and cut. I don't know why I put it off. I don't know. What are you running for an optic on that again? You got the Hollow Sun? No, I don't want to go spark delivery. Yeah, Hollow Sun 507. I gotta go up to that doctor for my back later. Have you played with the Vortex at all? Not the Defender. I think the only reason we went with the Vortex, a couple, one, they sponsor, they're big stage sponsors at our matches. And then 2, they have that no questions asked warranty. And number 3, they're right here in the state. We shoot down there at their training center, usually once or twice a year. A lot of people like them 507s. I should probably try one. The whole optics on a pistol thing, that's pretty new for me. I mean, other than my checkmates, I've never... Paper Venom, send them back. Yeah, a lot of people did. I think you told me that. Remember when I was ordering the one for my son, I was asking you questions about it. I don't know, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I think I'm gonna have problems with the plate. We went out, we shot it. put about 800 rounds through it, and the plate that it was mounted to came loose. And so I tightened it up again, and we haven't tried it a second time. But if it comes loose the next time, I'll have to send it out and just get it milled. I just kind of like to keep that gun the way it is, that Tactical Sport Orange. He's put about 50,000 rounds through that gun now since he's had it. Yeah, a lot of guys are using them. I don't know. I mean, that's one of them things where I think you're definitely buying name. I haven't bought anything for that DWX yet. I don't know what to buy. I'm not even entirely sure if I'll be shooting that this next year or not. I mean, I shoot the gun now, but if I use it for any matches, I'm really committed to open. The Olites you're talking? Them Olites, you change the battery from the top, or do you have to take the dot off to change the battery? Yeah, Olite. Oh, you charge them? Yeah. I don't know how I feel about having to charge them. That Holosun, that's got the solar cell on it, right? On top. Not the comp. You got the green dot, or is that the red dot? Or can you switch it? That was 7 comp. Red dot. Is that like the EOTech with the halo and then the center dot? Or is it just a single dot? Different reticles. Yeah. Which one are you using? Or which one works? Do you switch them in a match, or do you just leave it set? Just the dot. What do you zero at? What distance? We've been zeroing. We switched to. What's going on? We switched to a 20-yard zero. For me, that seems like it works good, and then I don't have to mess around when we shoot Steel Challenge and go from USPSA to Steel Challenge with the same zero. What's going on? Where are you, Bunny and Will? What are you guys doing? Watching and working. Yeah, I should be working. My wife's sister passed away, and I get a paid bereavement day. So we use that 0.25. 10, 22, 17. My daughter loves that steel challenge. I mean, it happens. I bought her one of the Shadow Systems MR920P. So it's the Glock 19 frame with the comp. That'll be her entry into USPSA this year. So she'll have to shoot open division, but she's a little girl, so I figure that'll be a good setup for her. And she can run minor in it too. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't real close with her or anything, but I'm not gonna miss a day to be off. She died of Alzheimer's. I think she was diagnosed with Alzheimer's like, I don't know, maybe 8 years ago. And she slowly kind of just withered away. That's why I got her that Shadow system. Is I have that Glock 44 too, and she loves it, man. Absolutely loves that gun. So she likes the feel of it, the size of it. So that's why I went with that model. But yeah, I even went with her this last year, and she wanted to shoot a steel challenge match with it. That didn't go so good. I got suckered into going and buying a holster. I had to buy 3 more magazines for her. And I bought her a new pair of pants. And she suckered me into a shirt and a hat. And she went out and shot 3 stages with it. And then she took my Black Mamba from me. She shot that pretty well. She has that Ruger Mark IV with the dot on it. And she likes the gun, but she doesn't like the dot. She has a hard time finding the dot. So. Overzealous. Glad to see you. I like that gun. I really need to get her some different parts for the trigger though. But it's not bad. It's just a stock gun. But no offense, and Overzealous will confirm this. You're better off just getting a Black Mamba from the start, or one of the the Scorpions. You're gonna end up there anyway. Yeah, I think you posted that, right? Yeah, just go for it. Yeah, the Volkorstern pistols, they're nice. Super nice. I don't know if I would get, if I did it again, I don't know if I would get that long barrel. They make a 4-inch. I think mine's a 6-inch. I think for Steel Challenge, you'd be better off with that 4-inch, which is, I think that's about the same length as the Mark IV. Yeah, I haven't upgraded anything to mine. It doesn't need anything. Well, they do. They have, not for the Black Mamba, but they have that Scorpion X, which is a direct mount. Walther Pro Acro. Acro Optic. Go on a Walther Pro. Is that what you're saying? Factory mounted Acro, yeah. Do a video on it yet? They have them listed on their site. I think they're actually even just a little bit cheaper than the Black Mamba, but it's the same gun, just different optic system. It's a direct mount. Just ordered it. Man, you need more CZs in your life. D-Dog, I'm trying to get this overzealous to start shooting USPSA. Told him this summer, swing over to my state, we can spend the day at the range. Yeah, bang for your buck, and for what you're getting, CZs are all top notch. You know, a few years ago, I bought my oldest. He turned 21, and it was time for him to get a concealed carry pistol. And so at Christmas time, I went with him, and I bought a brand new Glock Gen 5 26. I had been carrying my Gen 4 for, I don't know, 10, 12 years. And I took the Gen 5 and I gave him my Gen 4 for Christmas. And when I was there looking at that 26, they had a PCR there. I was familiar with CZs and everything, but I just didn't have a real big desire to buy one. And I picked that PCR up and I bought it. And then I bought the Shadow 2 like 2 months later. No, I'm sorry. I bought the SP01 Tactical about a month later. And 2 months later I got the Shadow 2. And then I bought the SP01 Competition. And then I bought the Tactical Sport Orange. And then I got the first Checkmate. And then I got the Tactical Sport Orange 2, the 9. Then I got the 1 in 40. And then I got the last Checkmate. Have you ever checked out his channel, D-Dog? Overzealous has some, he's got some really nice pistols. I wanted to get the Parrot when I ordered the Checkmate. I couldn't get it. I wanted both barrels with it. And I think I found one. It was the same price, but it only had the one barrel. So I ended up getting that Checkmate. And I still have an open request out there, which obviously now they're discontinued, but if they come across one, I want one. I don't know why I want one. It's just, I don't know, it's cool. It's a cool firearm. Overzealous, what is that trigger break on your DWX? Yeah, they weren't at the time, or I would have probably done that. think 3.5. So I did the trigger work on mine. I got it down to 2 1/4. Super easy to do if you want to try it. You take both grips off, and then there's a pin that holds the back strap on. That slides down, and your hammer and your strut sit in there loose, but that main spring pops right out. The far left spring is the tension for your brake. The middle spring is the first stage of the trigger, the sear engagement. So you bend them two back a little bit, and you can get that trigger pulled down. No money. It's kind of I guess a selling point for them that they don't talk about is you can tune that trigger for literally no money. I think I compared my Tactical Sport Orange 2 to my DWX. It was exact same money for both guns. They're both $2,200. No good guy break on them at all. I think honestly the Tactical Sport Orange 2 was a better buy. You got 3 magazines instead of 2. You got a variety pack of springs and hammer springs and firing pin springs, as well as another magazine release that no lock open, and then you get the gas pedal for the exact same money. From the playing I've done with both of them, I still shoot the TSO a little better, but I've shot it a lot more. I did make a video on it. I didn't go into the whole bending and stuff, but I talked about it a little bit. They're weird about shit. No, the TSO is phenomenal. I actually like the original TSO better than the TSO 2. Landon Tactical makes good shit. Him and Ben Stover used to shoot on the same squads a lot, so I had opportunity of eye-gawking them at Nationals years ago. I like Berettas. Just being left-handed, that transfer bar messes with my grip. I like them for their historical, a U.S. service pistol. If they got rid of that transfer bar and figured out a way to do that internally, it'd be a much better firearm. That was why I bought that Gersan I had, because it looked cool. It was shiny. Yeah, I've never even put hands on one of the Storms. That has, I think that's got a rotating barrel. That's got a rotating barrel, right? the back of the barrel, it actually rotates when it locks up. Yeah. And when them first came out, a lot of people were using them, but I don't know, I don't think I've seen one in years. Yeah. They are ugly. A lot of things are. I've never looked to see what they all do on them. That's an aluminum frame, isn't it? That's not polymer, right? On the Storm. Not polymer. Like I said, it's been years since I saw one, and I never even held on to one. What are your thoughts on that shadow system? Think that'll be all right for her? I'm hoping I get like 2 years out of her with that, and by then she'll be ready to shoot the checkmate. She can shoot the checkmate now, but it's too heavy. She could never shoot a whole course of fire with it. I haven't shot one yet either. I went through the checklist. I said she likes that Glock 44, so Glock 19 size. I figured we'll help her out, need optics ready, and then make it easier for her because she's not going to be winning anyway. Put a comp on it. And when I priced out building a 19 for her, unless I bought one of like the trade-ins, it is basically the same money as it would cost me to build that gun. Yeah, it's the same size as the 19. This one I'm getting her is the MR 920p, so it's got this comp, just a single chamber. They're held on like it's like a tri-lug system that holds the comp on. Trigger's nothing to brag about. Yeah, I think it'll work for her too. Her birthday is coming up at the end of the month, so she'll get it then. Put the popple holes in it. I was thinking about that. That was what I requested, was something with popple holes in a comp. And then run a slow powder, do a 115, kind of like you're running major, a 115 with like some HS6. I think that load ends up being like maybe 6 or 7 grains of powder. I think 6 grains in a minor would be real gassy. Yeah, G.I. Joe's for your birthday. Original ones, or I used to collect them as a kid. Put a V8 in it, yeah. We'll see how she shoots it. All the trash talking I do on Glocks, I really don't want to buy anymore. I think I have like 7 or 8 of them. Glock's a Glock. It's all right. I do like the fact that shadow systems are made in the U.S. The older I get, the more that That actually seems to matter to me. And that'll fit a Block 17 holster too, so I don't have to buy her another holster. That was the size I bought her when I bought her one. You too, man. You have a good day. Get back to work. You know, that Gold Digger and the Parrot both are collectible firearms. I didn't even know anything about the Gold Digger until you had posted the video of it. Is that something they had on the shelf, or did you order it? I'd probably bought it then too. I'm curious if they're going to replace the Checkmate. They discontinued that. They discontinued the Tactical Sport Orange 2. They discontinued the Shadow 2. It's on the shelf. Is that a stocking dealer? Or is that just like a fluke thing? They had it. That's interesting. None of that stuff's on the shelf around here. You gotta order it. And I live in a pretty big area, big metro area, but nobody stocks any of the higher end CZs. You'll find the P10s or the P09s, Shadow 2s. I mean, even our Fleet Farm carries Shadow 2s, but any of the higher end stuff, nobody stocks that. Most of the people don't even know how to get it. When I ordered that last Checkmate, I talked to a few people about getting it, and nobody could get a hold of one. How much? Both barrels, one barrel. Go in one of my other videos later and give me the name of that shop. 3509, one barrel. And it's used. Hi. I know that's a little much for a used Parrot. I imagine they were just shooting minor. They list their inventory online. You know, one thing I really like about CZs over a lot of other companies is they actually stamp them with the manufacturing year. Here on gun and range. I'll look it up later. That Winchester you picked up, is that the white box? That stuff back in the day was phenomenal. I used to pay $2.50 per 20 rounds, and it shot phenomenal. I used to shoot it out of my Bushmasters with the 1-9 twist, and it would always shoot well under an inch at 100. Yeah, well, I was getting a box of AK rounds for $1. I used to pick up 9mm value packs, the white box Winchester, and I could get a whole 1,000 rounds from Walmart for $120. But, you know, time goes on. Yeah. When Obama got into office, ammo prices took a pretty big jump. And around Sandy Hook time, when they did the small arms embargo from Russia, and firearms got real scarce, they were hard to get, and ammunition got real hard to get, and the economy was tanking, that's when the prices went up. And they've clearly they're not ever going to go back down. I wish, even if they were going to leave ammo prices high, I wish they'd just knock the powder and the primers back down. You know, $100 for 1,000 primers is too much. You know, $40, $50 for a pound of powder is insane. What are you running that shadow? I don't think you save money anymore. I was having that conversation with my wife last night as I ordered a couple thousand rounds of factory ammunition. For the stuff I shoot, I still reload for it only because of the accuracy. Stuff my son has been shooting, stuff my daughter will be shooting will just be factory ammo. Cheapest crap I can find that runs. Getting a deal on primers when you can, that helps. So I can cast lead bullets. I have about 4 tons of lead. I actually have some right here. These are 124 that I casted and lubed. Blues Bullets is a cast lead bullet with a poly coat or a powder coat over them. I need to finish setting my stuff up to powder coat, but with them you can't. My understanding is they don't do well in comps. But if somebody gave me a bullet sponsor, I'd take them. I'd run with it. I like RMR's bullets. They make really good bullets. They're an exposed lead core, so you end up scraping lead out of your comp. But Barry's, I used a lot of Barry's bullets too for 9mm. They're good bullets. The problem with them though is if you use like the 147s, they size them at 356.356 versus the .355, which is kind of the standard size for 9mm. So on a 147, because a 9mm is a tapered case, when you seat them short enough to get good reliable feed in, you'll get bulges in the case every once in a while. If you get a sponsor from them, you hook a guy up. I'd even be okay not getting a sponsor, but getting a discount. You know, that'd be where it's at. What do you shoot when you run your checkmate? Or your parrot, I'm sorry. Zeroed ammunition. What do they charge? $115s, $124s? I think you've told me about them before. I pulled their sight up. I think they load their stuff though. They load it long for the 2011s. The maximum overall length I can load my stuff. My older checkmate, it's with a 115, it's 1.155, and with my newer the two checkmates, it's 1.147, and they're loading 2011s out to like 1.165, 1.180. You can't even load that long with the checkmate style magazines. $350 for 1,000 a major. It's probably not bad. What are they claiming for velocity? At 115 or 124? $124 at $13.50. Is that making major? I'm not good at math. I don't have a calculator. What is that? What does that equate to for power factor? 1350 times 124. $167. That'll get it done. You said you ordered them? When them come in, let me know how they go. much you make a day doing this? Doing what? Posting the live? Or what should I be making at my day job that I didn't go to today? How are they coming packaged? Are they 50 round package? Are they bulk bag or what? You know how long they are? I assume you did the plunk test on them. When you... No, we're done. We're done till it gets warm. Everything switched over to winter matches indoors. Vortex Edge will have Friday night matches. WGC, which is Central Wisconsin, they have indoor matches, but they're all during the week. So, and it's not like they start at 4 or 5 o'clock. They start at like 7. So we're done. We're done shooting matches until it warms up. My daughter starts junior marksmanship in 2 weeks. I think 2 weeks. That's on Sunday mornings with rifle, and then they have open match or open range after that. So we'll shoot some 22, but. Yeah, nobody wants to go stand outside in the cold. You guys still shooting now? You said you do in the past, right? Yeah, it's been about the same for us. Thanks for a long winter. The one of the ranges, about, I don't know, 30 minutes away from us, indoor range. They were historically had indoor matches, USPSA, IDPA, and Steel Challenge. And midsummer, they got sold to Midwest Shooters, and they don't have any matches now at all. So anything for us now is at least an hour away. I'm not driving an hour to shoot a match at 7 o'clock at night to drive home an hour and then be to work at 3 a.m. That just doesn't work. Well, here next month. What gun do you shoot for IDPA? Is that your Glock you shoot? You know, you can get the internal slide, or the inside of the slide milled, and you can actually make weight with that shadow too after you get some lightning cuts. What's going on, Brian? I left you a comment earlier. Told you to get some sun on your legs. I shouldn't talk. I'm pretty pasty white too, but goddamn. Little spray tan mechanic. Can you take the comp off that canic? That's clearly not allowed for that, right? Yeah, it's not allowed. Ben Stoger had a video a few weeks back where he was talking about that Staccato XC he has, and everybody and their brother was on there crying because of how the scoring works for USPSA with a major and a comp. And they were crying and moaning, saying that their carry pistols with comps should be able to shoot. That's the best part. They should be able to shoot comps but scored minor, which is how it works, right? Carry optics, as long as it's factory. I didn't know carry optics could have comps. Yeah, I know you work indoors. I'll just giving you a hard time, man. Oh, for the Mauser? You ever look on Brownells or Midway for it? That would be first two places I would look. I don't know if you guys probably don't have Fleet Farm in Michigan, but I know ours carries that 7mm, 7x57. You've shot that, haven't you? Can you find a box somewhere? always real slow with it too. At least you spell correctly. I'm horrible at that. All right, well, I'm gonna get off here. That's what I accomplished while I was sitting here talking to you guys. A full 5-gallon bucket full of size deprimed 223/556 brass. So, I don't know, Barney, if you're still on here, I appreciate it. D-Dog, you're solid shit, man. I like you. Same with you, Brian. Overzealous is always gone. You guys are always fun to chat with. I appreciate you watching this lame video. I'll catch you another time. Yep, see you later. Bye. Oh, Joel, if you're still here too, man, I'll call you in a minute. All right, thanks. Bye.